Hi, you guys. Welcome to Divine Secret Tarot. Today is a very weird type of energy. A lot of Divine Masculine's energy is coming through, so I've been called to do a lot more readings on their behalf. And there is one particular message that the Divine Masculines had wanted to share, and obviously it is the cover of this video. Um, and it's only going to resonate with certain people because it's not like you're feeling lost, divine feminines. But because of this present state, because of this current circumstance that you are in, it's a deeply meaningful moment, especially in regarding the twin flame journey if you're on one, and regardless of the twin flame in inverted commas, you're going to know what's going on between you and your own inner divine masculine. This was always a journey to gain the presence of your own ascension, to come into this sense of worthiness. But there's also a lot of shadow work, a lot of healing that needed to be done, and the trigger was from the divine masculine. So if there is this sense of void, it is a sacred space. This is the best thing that you could feel right now, and it's not a punishment. Now, there could be some divine feminines who have clicked on this message who may feel some sort of disorientation. You may be feeling as if you're floating on the water and you have no idea which direction you want to go in, but it doesn't mean your desires aren't valid or they're not there. I also see a lot of divine feminines who are visualizing what they want. But then also, it feels as if the divine feminines who are resonating with this is you're being suspended between timelines. And this is such a powerful place to be, in the silence, in the quiet. It's a powerful cocoon phase of integration. And remember, we never get to full butterfly, not really. We're constantly evolving from, using the butterfly as an analogy, from the caterpillar to the cocoon to the butterfly. And then we're constantly through this rebirth, reborn phase. And a lot of the gods and goddesses amplify this when it comes to the divine journey. But then I'm also seeing that once you've gone through a specific healing phase, you've been in this new powerful cocoon of integration and inner reservoir. I feel like it's not just a restructuring, it's a resurrection, is basically the terminology that spirit is asking me to channel. And this is the silence. It's not absence. It is all within this preparation for something quite grand. And every single thing is in the preparation for the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And you really don't see how far you've come and what the stages were until you step back and assess everything. And you can see the bigger picture, right? So it is preparation, but the divine feminine is shedding a lot of outdated patterns. So, as I mentioned in a previous reading, there has been a lot of patterning and old wounds that have come up again to remind you not only how far you've come, but also it's allowing you to not attach yourself to those scenarios and circumstances, releasing the last remnants of that codependency or even the illusion. You are now aware that this is an illusion. So it's being present in the emotions that are coming up. It's nurturing your inner child. It's asking for help in the right way, or even going into silence and allowing the things to process in their own time, like grief and healing. It doesn't have a specific timeline. It is up to you where you would like to take that. And also, it's in relation to your own specific journey. There isn't a need for any external validation here. It's not to say, I've healed now, I've reached the top of the mountain, now what? It's never over. It's always constantly evolving so you can be the version of you that is supposed to be in this very moment. And we forget that. We forget that we need to look in this one step and appreciate this one step before the next one comes. But the divine feminine soul is expanding beyond those old limitations. And the divine masculine knows this, right? The divine masculines that I'm channeling at this stage is really feeling this shift. They are, they may not be consciously aware of the details. They may be um, hidden under the veil of illusion when it comes to those details. But as the divine feminine is kind of enforced a pause, it really deepens inward. And the divine feminine's really feeling this wholeness, this objectivity of nurturing, of compassion, of love, of surrender on a much, much deeper level. And so the divine masculine is being gentle but firmly nudged to step into that greater awareness of their role as a co-creator, as a partner, as a leader. And this really does follow from the last message. Guys, there is a thread to all of these videos. There's reason that I'm not privy to these details until they're ready for me to channel, because a lot of times they won't resonate with a lot of people. Sometimes, we put content out there and it's not meant to be heard for you at that right time, or you may come across a video that really does help you and your journey at that point, and it was on a different timeline. Like, you could have scrolled past a video many, many times, but it's really asking you to step into that intuition, the nurturing, the compassion that you keep giving everyone else. And so the divine masculines can also go into their role of the co-creator, the partner, the leader, the emperor. Now, as I was shuffling the deck, there was one card that wanted to come out, and it was the Three of Pentacles. Now, yes, the Three of Pentacles is coming up quite a lot this time, and the Two of Pentacles wanted to come out. So we've got the Two and the Three of Pentacles, but what I'm seeing here is this whole journey is about taking that next step, taking that one step, rather than, I would think of the steps as not just walking up the stairs, but have you ever gone to a specific, say, mountain or even a museum where the steps are very, 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 very long? Sometimes they have it in temples, but basically they separate the steps so far that it takes a couple of steps to get to the next one. And that's the imagery that I'm getting right now, is this Three and the Two of Pentacles is reminding the divine masculines that this pause is this space, it is this current energy to rise, but not to rescue, to build. And I love the messages that are coming through right now, because yes, the Three of Pentacles reflects this beautifully. It is a card of collaboration, a foundation of sacred architecture. That's probably why I was thinking of those steps. Because if you think about a temple and the way it's being built, it's very precisely coordinated and organized and structured, so it would last a very long time. And remember, back in the day, we don't know the type of technology that had come on Earth for individuals to concoct these ginormous, magnificent temples. And then the Two of Pentacles is a reminder that in this card, it's a snail. It's saying that growth does take time, and there is no rushing your own specific timeline, but the collaboration and the foundation is being given at the specific time that you need it. So you're not lost, you're not delayed, but every specific moment is leading to a moment of clarity. And actually, the divine masculine is being invited to work on both the material and the energetic foundations of the union. So they their way of cementing this stability, enhancing their own communication skills, having a direction of purpose, alignment, emotional availability. Now, for a lot of masculines, they found this quite challenging. They've been learning that themselves, not through you, divine feminines, because there is a reason why separation has given them the lessons that it can't be you right now. Those lessons cannot come from you. Just as we pick up the phone to a specific friend and we talk about work with them, they're going to understand way more than if you talked to a random stranger about finances. It's basically saying you're going to know who you get to speak to and collaborate with and learn from, because everybody in your life is intertwined with you at that very specific moment for you to learn that specific lesson. So honor the divine masculine's ability to do that with other people. And the divine masculine is being guided to prepare, not for a fantasy, but for a real partnership. And the partnership that doesn't have those stages of, oh, this is the honeymoon stage, or this is the moving in stage, this is the marriage stage. None of those stages actually matter because they're all constructed by society's own interpretation of that. Your timeline, your guidance is being honed so you can both hold space within the present. And then you can take aligned action. You can both take aligned action with your soul's truth. And you're creating this sense of harmony, this sense of, it's like an orchestra. If you have an orchestra, you need the specific instruments to be in a specific order, having the right tonality and the right notes to play. And that's when the whole music comes together. So with this current journey that the divine masculine and the divine feminines are on, not only are they both learning to hold this space of the present moment, it is enabling the divine masculine to honor the divine feminine's silence. Let me just say that again. This whole journey at this present time, as you're listening to it, your masculine, the divine masculine, and the divine masculine within you are honoring the divine feminine's silence without panicking or without retreating into the ego. Now, if any of you had felt silenced and quiet lately, if you had gone inwards, that is the honor that the divine masculine is giving you, and you're also giving yourself. So without being hasty and without saying things that you may regret, you've gone inwards, not to hide away, to weaken, to create turmoil, but it's actually saying, I need to process this. I need to understand this. I need to humble myself in a way that I don't go to the same outcomes that I did before. And so the divine feminine's evolution is this deeper sovereignty. We talked about sovereign for such a long while on these videos, and the intuitive, nurturing power that the divine feminine's embodying. Not only are you learning to trust your own energy, you're not chasing or fixing. You're receiving these downloads at very specific times, these light codes, especially if you're a specific type of soul that needs to go towards your own mission. And that's the clarity of your soul path. So this void is the initiation into embodiment and into a magnetic type of leadership. And the divine masculine's evolution is this place of mature contribution, having discovered that this love is not only about perfection, but it's about participating in the connection. It's about feeling the call to build something real. And that building needs to come from self, from within, and within the union that enables him to contribute and to collaborate with you, divine feminines, brick by brick, soul by soul. And so when I was called to share the message that is on the screen, on the actual thumbnail, the divine masculine is telling you, for any divine feminines who are resonating with this, the divine masculine's telling you they see you, they feel you. Even if you can't feel them or see them clearly at all, especially in the physical plane, they know this quiet phase is temporary. And this is the assurance that you feminines are not off the path. This is a clear indication you're on the path. The divine masculine does want you to know that they are learning to trust your silence just as you did with them. Instead of going to the ego and instead of fearing it, they are saying that they are learning how to show up not just in passion, but in purpose, and to keep doing what you're doing, divine feminines, because your stillness is guiding them. Every time you choose yourself, the divine masculine hears it. Every time you stop chasing, they feel it. And they want to encourage you to keep going, that they're right there beside you, closer than you think. And I just absolutely love these messages that have come through. So if any of this resonated, please do let me know in the comments box, like the video, so other people can find a free support like this on the channel. And if you are feeling abundant, you can also join the subscription to all Divine Sacred members on my website, divinesacredtarot.com. You may also choose to do a personal reading, but remember that's your own intuition and your own call. All the details can be found on the website. And if you didn't want to do any of those and you just wanted to say thank you, head over to the Amazon wish list that I've got in the description box. I'm so incredibly grateful that I get to do this every day. So I hope you have an amazing day. I will speak with you all soon.